Sorry for the wait, y'all. I know I am late. I was trying to go live on the Next Wave channel, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. So not fortunately, but I'm just going to be going live on my channel instead. Let me go ahead and send this link out. I am live. Sorry for the wait. Had some technical difficulties. Had to end up going live on my own YouTube channel instead today. Let me send this out real quick. I've already sent out mostly everything else. And then let me send out this link. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, gonna go ahead and get started pretty shortly. Make sure everything's good over here. Yep. All right. I have not touched the charts all week. It's crazy. Feels kind of weird. Alright. I'm going to be recording.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, everybody. You know why I am here. Thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex analysis. I appreciate everybody. And if you guys see me like bouncing around and being very mobile, it's because I'm sitting on a yoga ball while I'm like just doing my thing. It's just I like it personally better than just sitting on a regular chair. But anyways, that's enough of that. So let's go ahead and get started with this fundamental analysis, right? It's, just a quick little something. I'm not a fundamental trader. I just like looking at the news to make sure and seeing what type of possible high volatility could enter into the market, right? Because as you guys saw last week with NFP did some numbers, and I was actually surprised NFP moved like that, even though the US dollar was moving so volatile. Well, it was moving a lot during the week. So we don't have any news Monday or Tuesday. We do have news Wednesday on 9 a.m. That's with the Canadian dollar rate statement. So that's some pretty heavy news you want to watch out for, Canadian news. And then Thursday we have Euro news with monetary policy statement and press conference between 6:45 and 7:30. And usually you want to look at that press conference moreover to see what is going to be said about the press conference. That is what usually will make some type of volatility come into the market, right? And then the US dollar, we have CPI, core CPI. So that's something I'm going to definitely watch for on Thursday. And that's around same time as the Euro news, 7:30. So once we get that, then we should be all good. So once I'm done with all of that, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the charts. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and look at this DXY, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly time frame. I'm going to go ahead and let me just go ahead and hide this real quick and make sure that I don't have, okay, just a symbol. Awesome. So I'm not really a fan of how the dollar played out overall last week, but I do like how this is still a doji candle. So that's still showing that, okay, there can be some type of indecision in the market, right? That obviously price can either keep going to the downside, or it could possibly push to the upside. It's a tug of war type of thing, right? So I'm still not 100% bearish on the DXY yet, based off of the weekly time frame. I do like this bearish candle here. Let me go ahead and put my drawings back on. And I'm gonna hide these smaller fibs real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, let me change this real quick. That Clippers game, man. My wife, she's talking the most. My wife is talking the most about that game. Oh, I actually forgot to go up on YouTube over here so that I can make sure that if anybody has any questions, I could answer them. Alright, so like I was saying, I still do think that the US dollar can go bullish. I do like especially how price did come down here and it still didn't necessarily break through. Like I said, until price makes a lower low on the higher time frames, like the weekly and the daily time frame, like breaks these lows, I can't say it's bearish yet, because it's shown multiple signs before on the higher time frames that it still can possibly go bullish. And so even with the daily time frame, I do like this bullish engulfing candle that we have right here. And then this candle that came, the daily candle that came right after it, it didn't necessarily engulf it either. So that's still showing me good signs that there is a possibility that price can go bullish. Let me get rid of this and also go full screen. Sorry. All right, so once I have that price has gone bullish and we got this retracement, let me go on the 4-hour time frame. I do like how on the 4-hour that it's holding over this 50 EMA right here. And just to bring back that fib that I had, where's that fib retracement? There we go. I was saying over here that price, it had rejected from over here once and dropped down. Price came back up and it still came to this 78.6 from this low, from this high, from the high of 90.910 to the low of 89.535. Price had still retraced to the 78.6 zone, where overall inside right here, I'm still looking for sells. So I'm not necessarily crazy over how price rejected over here. However, on the daily time frame, because that's what I'm really looking at more over the smaller time frames, on the daily time frame, this is still a bullish engulfing candle, and I don't want to go up against a bullish engulfing candle, especially if my bias is definitely price is bullish, right? So I'm still bullish on the DXY, but I am knowing that right here can be a possible area where price can just continue falling to the downside. So right now I'm just playing it cool, not gonna really try to get into anything as far as I'm concerned. This played out right here pretty nicely. Let me see where that, okay, so now what I really, I'm kind of torn because I don't like it when price just makes this type of move, goes up, comes down, then breaks to the upside, because then instead of me trying to place a fib from this low, oops, that is not what I wanted. Instead of me trying to place a fib from this low to this high, which I kind of still think price could come all the way down here for sure. Most people probably place their fibs like this, and this would be like, okay, this is an area where price is definitely looking to go bullish, which I'm not against. I'm really not against this idea that price will go bullish from this area. If there was a time where I would buy the DXY, it would be definitely in this area, but I am only concerned about what would really go down. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Press that buy box. So if price does end up retracing and coming down to, like, let's say 89.832, that's gonna be kind of an area where I would really just want to actually, like, okay, I'm not even that stressed out about it, because if price does end up dropping down a little bit more, which I kind of I don't know, especially the way how it dropped. I kind of don't think it will. I think it's just gonna keep going, making higher highs. That's how I kind of see it right now. But I'm still looking at this possibility, and if I won't be surprised if it happens, because if it does, that's kind of where I would, depending on how arbitrage looks like, of course. That's kind of where I would look for a possibility to get into a buy. So if I can get this pushed to the downside and then price, oh, that was weird. Price continuing to the upside, making higher highs, come up to like 90.995, then that would definitely make this invalid. This sell idea right here, that would make this sell invalid, and price would then, that will be my confirmation to be like, okay, yes, the DXY is indeed going to go bullish, right? So let's go over and see what arbitrage looks like. And before I talk about arbitrage, I need some water. Okay. Alright, so with that being said, daily time frame on arbitrage, the dollar has rejected off of this RSI line. So that's something that I'm definitely watching for. That's the reason why I had mentioned in my channel that, okay, you want to take partials over here. Because once I saw this happen, I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and take profits. And also, price had moved 2 times what we were risking. So since prices move down here, I do still like that. It's still, I mean, I know that it's not necessarily correct if you want to try and buy off of or stay bullish because price is holding above, like, let's just say, because this is the momentum line, that red line is the momentum line. That's just a sign that I'll be like, okay, I'm still bullish on it, but I'm not going to get into anything quite yet based off of the daily time frame, right? Yes, that's all I want in life, a bullish dollar. Because right here, 4-hour time frame, we see that, boom, we have the 4-hour bounce off the RSI line. So it looks like this is matching up more of what I had mentioned, where price, like I mentioned, like price can just bounce off of right here, off of these fibs, matches up right with that 4-hour RSI line. And anytime price is over anytime price is over the RSI line, I just gotta be bullish on it, and, like, you know, it matches up with my bias overall. So this is something I'm gonna be really watching for. You know what? Before I continue, I need to make this mad darker. Okay, definitely can't be blue. Whatever, right? So y'all know that is there, buy box. So yeah, definitely both arbitrage and my technical analysis, like this, not even just my technical analysis, but just based off of price action right here. It's just this bearish candle is what the only thing that worries me. But other than that, I mean, it's still in an area where I think it can go bullish. And so if there's a place that I really wanted the DXY to go bullish, it'll be now. So, and with that being said, I definitely wanted to go bullish because I'm still in this Euro USD sell from last week. Let's go ahead and review it real quick before I continue. So Euro USD from this sell that I had called out, price had dropped down 121 pips. Should have taken at least half of your profits, or how much ever you would have wanted to take it, because that's a good winning trade. Stop losses at break even. Right now, price is currently up 60 pips, which is still more than what I was risking. So even if I were to take profits right now, you know, it's still not a bad idea, you know? Like, oh, I've made my money. But I do like how, well, before I continue, let me hide all this once again and go into the weekly time frame. And I'm just gonna get rid of that, and we'll talk about, like, just fresh everything, right? So same thing. Not necessarily a doji candle on the weekly time frame, but it's not telling me that price is going to continue going bullish. And the volume wasn't even that crazy last week, although the markets moved pretty pretty much. So that's kind of interesting to see how on a weekly time frame the volume wasn't even that much compared to the past couple of weeks. Like this week right here, where price was continuing to go bullish, that's where we had more volume than the past 3 weeks. So going to the daily time frame, same thing. Volume isn't that crazy, so that's interesting to see as well. But I like seeing this bearish engulfing candle and this retracement candle, if you will, because that's what I'll call this, a retracement candle. Came back up. I'm pretty sure it hit the 61.8 from the bearish move. I'm not 100% sure. Like if you want to take it from this, oh lordy, I forgot this was all here. Let me delete some of this stuff because I definitely don't want to delete everything. I'm gonna hide this. Oh, and just remember that this can definitely be an area where price can go bullish. Just like an FYI. That's why I'm just like, this is definitely something that you want to watch out for. Let me hide this volume real quick. That since price made this bullish move, and remember what I was talking about on the weekly time frame, the volume, this price can just be a retracement. 71%. To continue going to the upside. It can be, so you just want to be careful. If you're still in this trade or you're trying to trade Euro USD, I would personally just wait for more bearish price action to try to get into any type of sells, question mark, because it's just not price action that would make me get into any type of things, right? You would want to look at multiple variables, but let's just say so since price pushed back up to make a retracement, I'll put the fib right here, right? How about that? Then yes, absolutely, price can definitely fall from down here. It's just like with the DXY, right? The exact opposite. You can definitely possibly, let me just be, you could definitely see the chance of price dropping, especially how it rejected off of the 50 EMA with this wick on the 4-hour time frame. Let me put the volume up there, and with the volume this high as well. I mean, it's not really necessarily high, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's average. Let me go look at the 1-hour volume. There you go. So I'm seeing that this big candle right here on the 1 hour, this is terrifying to me. This is like, okay, although I know that this is a news candle, because if you see what time it got released, it was 7 o'clock. Although I see that, yes, it is a news candle, it's still pretty high volume compared to the rest of the week. So, and especially where price ended up coming over here, where, like I mentioned, that's 71%. So this it still definitely has the potential to keep going bullish, but I'm still having in my mind, oh, I want this to continue selling. So I'm gonna wait and see how this fib region that I've drawn plays out. I'm not gonna hop into anything so quickly yet. Put that sell box there, and I'm gonna hide this. Let's go on over to arbitrage. I know arbitrage bearish. Like 4-hour time frame, call for the sell, almost hit that, but it's the same. You guys have seen the fib that I already drew, but I also do know the possibility of this fib, because from this high to this low, I know the possibility of price coming back up here exists. So I'm not going to take that away, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, it's just I need the US dollar to push, because look at same thing right here. Price just bounced off of the RSI line and just rejected off of it. So I need to see this actually like push down before I try to say, okay, now it's made a lower low on the daily. That could possibly be that it's gonna break this structure right here, if you will. And if it does, then hey, maybe we'll see a bearish dollar. But until then, it's kind of hard for me to say that it's going to go bearish completely, right? Or bearish Euro USD, sorry. AUD USD. go ahead and take a look at AU. All right, so AU, same thing. We've already seen what the DXY looks like, so we're just gonna now look at these pairs like a little bit faster, right? So go on to the daily time frame. I had mentioned that, oops, sorry. Let me go ahead and hide this so that we can see it on a better scale. So from this sell originally mentioned, or originally talked about, price rejected off of 0.78697, which would have been my type of entry for a swing sell, which I'm not in. And then price fell down. It's been rejecting and consolidating in this area for way too long for my liking. Just overall, even from here, because price was only up here for 1, 2, 3, then like 3 days and then dropped. So I'm just gonna say that this is just consolidation. And same thing, if I just draw this down here, look at price barely left for a day and then came back in. So this is consolidation, boss. I really need to see price either go bullish or bearish for me to make a decision at this point. Especially how on the daily time frame, AUD USD is still holding above this 50 EMA and the volume wasn't that crazy. I do like how volume was getting turned up right here, but then off of a doji candle, that's how it's just, it's not the greatest look to me. I need to see it really break through. I really need to see it break through this structure and hold under for another, like, it's just it's not the greatest look. Even on the 4 hour, it's above the 50 EMA. I don't like these type of moves, and the way how it came back up, it's just suspect to me, right? Like, although yes, if you put this fib right here, oh well, you have, what did I just do? I have no idea. Oh well, you have the rejection, like price came back up and it's rejecting off of this. But I've been burned from AUD USD way too long to know that this might be a trap right here. I'm just letting y'all know straight up. Like, I know, I can sense an AUD trap coming. So you can. I'm not gonna take the chance. You can potentially take this to the downside, but I'm not in favor of it, to be quite honest. If it happens, I'll be more than happy for it. But like I said, I need a breakout to happen. So this move that I talked about last week, where I said I need a breakout to happen more than anything, that's definitely standing at this point. I didn't get into this sell last week, not unfortunately. It was a good move, but I just didn't get into it because I was focused on another pair. But yeah, I'm not. Y'all could try it, but I'm not here for it. Arbitrage daily time frame, it is holding over. It is holding under this RSI line, so that is still a good sign for a sell. But the way how price just literally came, this is literally where I would have taken my profits off of a trade if I would have taken an arbitrage trade. So that's all I'm saying. It's like, look, when price came down here, what it did, caught for a sell, dropped down, then push right back up. So I'm just being patient at this point. 4 hour time frame, it looks like it's about to call for a buy. Exactly the reason why I'm being patient. 1 hour time frame, that looks, I'm being patient, you know. So let's go on over to USHEF. Kind of the same thing. I really don't like how these USD pairs moved, but just because the way how it looks on the weekly time frame, it's kind of making me be like, okay, maybe it's gonna happen, but I still got to be patient. So same thing, guys. Doji candle off of the weekly time frame shows some possible indecision maybe happening, and we have to really see who's gonna take over. If it's gonna be those who are more bullish or those who are more bearish. I am definitely bullish, and especially with how the fib looks like on the weekly time frame, buy box, that buy area is still pretty relevant, right? So that's something you want to watch for. I'm still overall on the weekly looking bullish. So daily time frame, okay. Daily time frame we have over here. Let me get rid of that real quick. Not crazy over this candle either, but I still do like how this is a bullish engulfing. But then if we look literally right to the left, look what happened. Like, you have this bearish wait, hold on. That was a terrible. You have this bearish candle, then you had a bullish engulfing, then you had another bearish candle. Like, so it's like, it's just a whole lot of consolidation. It's kind of like it's kind of like what all these pairs are doing. It's just, they're just like going kind of sideways, but they're making big sideways moves. But this is basically like what it's been doing for the past couple of days, just consolidating in this area. So it's not the cleanest look. It's really not the cleanest look, especially what it did last week, because it did play out perfect. It played out wonderfully. Like, this played out to perfection. But the only thing is that I'm not crazy over the price action. That's just this 4-hour candle and price coming under the 50 EMA. I'm not crazy over it, but I do understand the possibility of a play like this being in action. So I'm not gonna say that it's not possible. If it comes back to my buy area, maybe I will finally pull the trigger. But I'm not crazy over it, to be quite honest with you. And usually when I have these gut feelings, that's kind of something that you have to acknowledge as a trader. If you have these gut feelings, sometimes they end up being right, sometimes they end up being wrong, and you just have to take whatever consequence happens, whether it's a good consequence or a bad consequence, you know? So, USHF, that's kind of the play that I'm looking for. Overall, I do want to see this buy, not going to lie. It is still in my weekly buy area, buy swing area, or buy position area, if you want to like buy it for a huge long time. But that's only if the US dollar is strong, or if the Swiss franc is, or Swiss francs, whatever you want to call it. Sorry for those who are in that country or region and I am pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, I just want to see this go bullish, honestly. And if it goes bearish, if it makes any of these lower lows, then I'm going to be kind of bearish on the US dollar for a long time. All right, VIX. VIX been going crazy. VIX been, let me look at the daily time frame. Oh yeah, this thing is just dropping. Like I had mentioned that, if it drops below that zone, then it's just gonna keep going bearish. Yeah, that thing is out of here. So let me go on over. Let me just go into the US indices. I had mentioned in my channel that I wanted price to drop and then continue going bullish. This would have been an area where you would have wanted to watch if price could have gone bearish, but I wasn't looking for that. And so yeah, the move's already happened. I'm not a big fan of trying to play a buy stop after the big move like that happened, but you can if you want to, question mark. I don't suggest it, but if you want to, you can. But yeah, definitely all-time highs look like they're going to be created. 4,286.3 might be the play. And if price goes bearish from here, then I'd be intrigued. Like, I won't be surprised though if something like this happens. If price goes bullish, retrace, continue to come back down, then push to downside. I'm sorry, that sounded so terrible. If price goes bullish, does a fake out, comes back down, retraces, and then continues to the downside, I won't be surprised by that type of move, right? But that's not what I'm here for. Because this is bullish and it's extremely bullish and it showed multiple signs that it's going to keep going bullish. So why would I try and go up against that? I'm not gonna buy it this high because I believe in buying low and selling high, but I'm also not gonna like sell it either because it just looks like it's gonna keep going high. So same thing with Dow Jones. Dow Jones looks like it's doing it, like it's gonna literally make a higher high today, or not a higher high. It's gonna, a higher high right here. It's good. That's what it looks like it's gonna do. Don't know, but I'm not getting into anything with this as well. And same thing with Nasdaq. I'm not doing anything at all. This is it looks like it's gonna break through these highs. So if you want, you could try it. That's up to you. But I'm not The only reason I'm not looking at arbitrage is because it's completely bullish. Like here, just look at Nas. 1 hour bullish, 4 hour about to be bullish. After calling that sell, daily time frame about to be bullish. So it's like weekly time frame bullish. So I can't trade anything off of it. But this is what I had wanted to happen last week, and it's playing out perfectly. So hey, if you took advantage of this, good stuff, man. I appreciate it. No, I'm joking. I only say I appreciate it because I do like it when people check my trade ideas and they take it into consideration, but not gambling off of them. I had to add that. Definitely had to add that. All right, so tacos hit take profit from last week, 200 pips. Nice. Let me go ahead and get rid of all this stuff because, again, just like with every other DXY pair, I am not crazy over the price action that's going on. So 4 hour time frame, very bearish, very bearish candles. Evening star status on the 4 hour time frame, but the possibility before I talk about the possibility of anything happening, go on over to the weekly time frame, get rid of all the drawings. This is not appealing to see. I forgot that I had that. I do not like seeing this right here at all. I hate seeing it because that looks like a freaking beer or something. I don't know. That just looks like a shooting star, and that looks like price is going to keep falling to the downside. So I'm definitely not going to be playing anything off of USD Mexican this week, personally. But the possibility of price still going bullish does exist because, I mean, this is kind of what I wanted to happen regardless. Price go bullish, retrace, and then continue to the upside. It just happened way too quick. This was kind of an over-exaggeration, if you will. But it's the same concept of what I really wanted to happen. I don't really care for how the price is under the 50 EMA like that either. Like, it's the EMA, but I still take it into consideration, you know. But this could very well be the play that's going on. But this doesn't look as good as saying that this is the play that's going on. If you say this is the play that's going on, you're like, oh, this could be a possible sniper entry. So why not play this? I'm just playing. I don't know. I'm a fool sometimes. But anyways, it is definitely at an area where you can possibly buy it at. However, like I said, I'm not really crazy over that weekly. I'm not really crazy over that weekly time frame, how it looks. The daily time frame as well is not the greatest candle looking, but again, this is kind of what I really wanted. It's just the speed in which it happened is what's alarming me. So we'll see how the week plays out. That PMI, that might be something that's that PMI, that might be something that is really interesting to look at on Wednesday. Is it on Wednesday or Thursday? Anyways, something you might want to look at. Weekly time frame on tacos, I like how price is still holding above on the lower danger zone. So the price is still holding there. Even the level pro, as you can see right here, is slowly climbing above ground zero right here. So that's something to watch for, bullish USD Mexican still. Don't like this right here, bullish, bearish. But usually when that happens, if it calls for a bull one more time, then I'm gonna press buy. I'm not gonna lie to you. If it calls for a buy one more time on the daily like this, I'm pressing buy. 4 hour time frame, bear is under the RSI line, so I can't buy it. I wouldn't want to buy it right there. And 1 hour time frame, yeah, same thing. It's called for the sell, which it could do this retracement, which I don't doubt it will do. Because on the 1 hour time frame, if I am bearish, this is exactly what I'll be looking for. Retracement. Continue to the downside. But on the 1 hour time frame, it hasn't really broken any lower lows or higher lows, if you will, except for this. So I mean, I don't know. And reason why I said that is because from this high to this low, retracement, 61.8 lines up with that upper danger zone. So that's something to watch out for if you are going to be bearish for USD Mexican. However, I am just being patient on it because I am mostly bullish on it. All right, gold. This was a fire play, Peyton. This was fire. Dang, price went how far down? This is a call that Peyton called out, 5397.9. That's crazy. All right, so anyway, I had mentioned that I was looking for, okay, if gold was gonna go bullish, then I think was it on Monday? Was it on Sunday or was it on Tuesday? I'm not too sure. Let me see. This is June 1st, and if I am not mistaken, June 1st was on Sunday or something like that. Yeah, so I wanted price to push to the downside, which it did. Retraced, Peyton and saw this area where price could potentially drop, and it went hammo. Right? So once I saw that price drop like that, remember I was saying that I wasn't really crazy over the buys, and if I was gonna look for buys, then something like this was gonna happen. I said that okay, maybe price would try to push up to the supply zone, break out to the upside, drop out. So I've been saying that I'm bearish, I've been saying that even though this Fibonacci, it could very well hold off, which is looking like what price is doing. The weekly time frame doesn't look like that. That weekly candle is just basically telling me it's gonna keep going to the upside. But again, I'm still leaning towards if it does go bullish, I'm still leaning towards it's gonna do something like this more than it's gonna go bearish. And the first was definitely Tuesday. Sorry, my laptop's slow. But so, with that being said, daily time frame doesn't look that crazy. It doesn't look that wild for me to think that okay, maybe this is gonna sell. I am not crazy over the volume, but I do like how the volume is higher than this volume, so that could be a good sign for a sell. And again, let's just say from this drop, because this fell, retraced, so this was awesome. This was really a good play. I'm not gonna lie. Again, this is like an area where you would look to be selling gold. So if you are bearish on gold, I wouldn't blame you one bit, and it's not a bad idea, to be quite honest with you. I like how price is starting to starting to drop under the 50 EMA, and it's kind of just like every other DXY pair, guys, or every other USD pair. It's there at areas where they can move how you want them to, but you just got to be careful, right? So you don't want to throw the house at them. Just practice risk management as per usual. That's what I mentioned, at least. I can't tell you what to do, but yeah, I'm definitely. Why is this a buy box? I'm definitely bearish on gold. And I'm not against selling at the 61.8 either. So, but I like the 71% more. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab at this. I'm not really crazy over it because of the weekly time frame, but if that's the only reason why, but the other time frames I'm kind of like, okay, this doesn't look terrible, I'm gonna go ahead and take this trade, you know, like, and I'm okay. I'm not gonna, because there's this book that I recommend everybody to read, Naked Forex. You have to really, like, no matter what you're trading, like if this is your trading strategy, even though if you want to catch a better like risk to reward, like let's say if I put my stop loss right here at a better risk to reward of 3.85, you want to be disciplined and just trade your trading system. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this trade, risking 232 pips. So like I said, use risk management. And I'm going to go for 1835. And even if price drops down to 1835, that's why my target's there, because from this bullish push to the upside, overall gold is still bullish, you guys. Like, it is still very much in a bullish trend right now. from when it dropped down here and coming up here. So price coming to like 1840 is an area where you would be like, okay, I want to take my profits, because that's where price could potentially come and slow down. So that's something you definitely want to watch out for. Gonna go ahead and draw that out. I'm not gonna leave the fib there, but I'm gonna draw that out nonetheless. Okay, hide that. So that's what I want to see on gold right now. Let me go ahead and go on arbitrage, 1 hour time frame, and yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't like seeing the 1 hour like this, and I do. And if price were to retrace down to the RSI line, then I would rather be like, I want to buy it more than sell it. But the way how the level pro and the RSI look, the level pro and the arbitrage Z look, I'm not really enticed to sell it, you know? So what I'm really looking for, price push down, and if it comes over here and maybe consolidates a little bit, that'd be cool, and then continue falling down. That's what I would want to see. But based off of arbitrage and my strategy, how I trade arbitrage, this is very much the likelihood to happen. But I'll be watching for it, you know? 4 hour time frame, on the other hand, it's already called for the sell, rejected off of the RSI line. I like seeing that. If it keeps falling, cool. But the daily time frame is still very much bullish. So again, I would probably just take price down to like 1830. Like, where is this at? 1840, 1838. And where is my target over here? 1835. Perfect. So that's what I'm really looking for, guys. I'm still overall bullish on gold. I'm not bullish on gold, but I'm not convinced that this sell is going to play out. I'm not convinced that this sell is going to play out. Not this sell right here. I'm not convinced that price is going to fall from here. I think that price is going to come and grab liquidity before ultimately falling down. That's what I think is going to happen. So let's see what happens, though. You know? Let's go on over to the Kryptos. Okay. Alright, so as I had mentioned last week, before I do this, let me go into the weekly time frame. Close all that. Every single week that passes by, this makes me believe that the cryptos are going to drop more and more, the way how these candlesticks are printing out. However, I do want to go back to 2017 and see how the candlesticks were printing out similarly in different possible scenario. 1 week right there. It's hard for me to say that no, guys, I still think that this is gonna keep falling. Like, I like how price is holding above the weekly 50 EMA. Daily though, absolutely not. And price is just like consolidating. 4 hour time frame, still holding under the 4 hour RSI line. 1 hour time frame, it's still holding, like, it's showing so many signs of bearish movement, alongside of what I mentioned, that price looks like it could just, from this high to this low, price can reject from here. If you would have taken a sell from here, you would have put your stop loss at break even, because let's just say if you would have taken the sell from here, you stop loss slightly above that high, and your take profit is back at these lows where I'm looking for price to go down to for a potential push to the upside. Your risk reward would be 1 to 3.19, and you would be currently up. Price would have pushed 3,870 pips in profit for you, and that would have been more than 1 to 1. So your trade will be at break even, basically. And I don't know why I keep doing that, but like I said, I wasn't trying to trade that necessarily. I was more focused on next wave. So there was that. But overall, I still think this is gonna keep falling, but I'm not trying to get into anything like that. Arbitrage daily time frame has been calling this sell. 4 hour time frame called for the sell. Price has been down here for a minute now. 1 hour time frame, called for the buy, but price is clearly under the RSI line, so don't try to buy it. That's all I have to say about Bitcoin. Been bearish on it for the past how long now? Ripple, same thing. I had mentioned a sell for Ripple actually. If I didn't get into it. I think I just gave the idea. Selling from the 61.8, like right here. Ooh, I did not want price to get that close to me. Something like that, yeah. This doesn't look like it's. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you took the sell on Ripple, hey, at least move your stop loss to break even or something, right? Weekly time frame, overall, same thing, guys. This thing makes me not think that it's gonna go bullish and it's gonna keep falling, but who knows? We'll see what happens, right? Because all I see right now is, let me annotate. All I see is, where is it? Boom. Just price rejecting off of that structure right there. And it could just reject and keep falling to the downside. So I'm not gonna really play off of it. Gonna just let it chill for now. I already have what I'm looking for set up, and once that plays out, then I'll take action. Ooh, where's my annotation? Because I do not want that chilling there. There we go. Okay, so 4 hour time frame. Yeah, keep selling it because, like I said, it's under the 4 hour EMA. 1 hour 50 EMA, it's gone. So not 1 hour EMA, 50 EMA. Just wanted to clarify that. Or 4. You guys know what I mean. All right, so Litecoin, same thing, guys. Over and over. Or not over and over, but the same concept. Reject off of there. You would put your stop loss to break even if you've taken this trade. Weekly time frame looks like the price is still gonna keep dropping. I'm not really a fan of trying to trade on this right now. Daily time frame looks like price is just gonna keep, like, it's gonna keep falling. So just keep sticking. I'm just sticking to the plan. Ethereum price came up a little higher. Like I mentioned, price could have possibly came up here, but Ethereum, out of all the other cryptocurrencies, is one that I would say is outperforming everybody else, or it's performing better than the rest, if you will, when it comes to like positive versus negative days. So Ethereum, I'm just like, yo, I think it's gonna fall. I want it to personally, well, I don't want it to fall, but that's what my analysis is showing me. And I don't, if price comes up here, then hey, then it comes up there. But weekly time frame, it just looks like price is just rejecting off of the zone. So let's see what happens. Realistically speaking, from this high to this low, price still has a long way to go. It's kind of like at the 50. It's kind of like the 50%. Let me see, actually. Now let's see. Hide that. I don't know. My dog is barking, but okay. Where is 50%? I'm just going to use you right here. 50. Get out of there. Okay. Not there quite yet. So let's see what happens. Go over to Bitcoin real quick and look at arbitrage. Or not Bitcoin. Ripple. Cause I already looked at Bitcoin. Ripple, kind of the same thing. It looks like it might go bullish actually on the 1 hour. But I'm not interested in buys. Right, I'm not interested in the buys, honestly. 4 hour time frame, still very much bearish. And daily time frame, same thing. So not gonna play any of those. Litecoin 4-hour time frame. Been consolidating right here on the 4-hour. That's what it looks more like. Just like everything else, right? 1-hour time frame is calling for a buy, but I'm not gonna play it. Arbitrage users, if y'all want to try it, go ahead, but I wouldn't. 4-hour time frame, possibly going for a buy call. Hey, maybe, but I'm not. It's not for me. Alright, so let's go on over to the rest of these GPs, and then I'll call it a day. So weekly time frame on Gpusd. Ooh, I like this doji that I'm seeing. I like seeing that doji right here, showing indecision. So that's gonna be good for some bearish ideas, right? So not crazy over the daily daily candlestick, but I like the way how it closed because that's a very long wick to the upside. 4-hour time frame, not really crazy over how price literally just came right back and did 100% retracement. So that is a sign for me to, same thing, stay away from the market. I mean, again, I need price to break. Not again, but just like I mentioned last week. Let me get out of this. Oops. Where is it? There you are. I need price to break below this zone before I could say that, okay, maybe now price is going to go bearish. It hasn't done that yet, so that's basically all I have to say. It is still very much bullish to me. Daily time frame, bullish. 4-hour time frame, it could definitely look to reject right over here at this RSI line. It can. I like the way how price came back up, and it did leave this wick to the upside, but I'm not going to personally try it because all the 4-hour signs are kind of pointing that it's going to go bullish, except for the fact that it's under the RSI line. 1-hour time frame called for the buy up here. Price pushed down a little bit. I'm not interested. Point blank period. I'm not really feeling it. GBP AUD. Oh, GA did that? Man, that is tough. I mean, so price had pushed up to the upside from this buy area that I had mentioned. It came up back all the way up here, so that would have been a good area to like take in your profits and stuff like that. I'm still kind of bullish on GA, guys. I mean, I don't like the way how this all happened right here. Let me look at the weekly time frame real quick. The weekly time frame doesn't really alarm me that much to say that, okay, I'm not going to be bullish, but price is still rejecting on this supply zone right here. So let me change this actually. So I'm still waiting to see if price is going to break through this. That's kind of what I want to, like I mentioned, like right here, it's what I've been wanting to see for the past like couple weeks now. 4-hour time frame though, looks like this can go bearish, and the volume that picked up right here too, man. The volume definitely picked up when price pushed to the downside. So what I could possibly see happening with GA, this looks cleaner to me to play off of rather than with GU personally, is a potential retracement to the upside and then push to like falling, because if price is really going to reject off of here and then come back into the supply zone and then continue to the downside, that doesn't look that bad to me. If it's going to go bullish though, but of course I would have to see what it looks like right here. But just based off of the price act, like this just looks, it's calling sells to me, like boom. So gonna wait and see what that looks like. Drop, retracement, continuation. Gonna wait and see how that plays out on GA. Very much bearish on the 1 hour and 4 hour, I'm sure. Yep, bearish on that. And then what does daily look like? Daily looks, oh man, and then look at the daily candles. Like come on, this looks like a tweezer tops to me right here. I'm not gonna buy this right now. I'm definitely bearish on this more than anything, and I would love for the retracement on the weekly off of this. that would, if I can get the retracement, that would be love. So I'm kind of like looking for sells on GA question mark. Like I said, I want the retracement. That's what I'll be looking for right here. GBP JPY paid 10 pips with another one. This played out nicely with the drop to the downside, and it had already played out, but this looks like it's still flagging out. So let me get rid of this. Well, first of all, let me get rid of this because this was another play that I'd already talked about. Huge volume right here. Yeesh. On the 30-minute. For a 4-hour time frame, price still looks like it's just making a flag right here. There you go. So I'm really kind of waiting to, like, not really necessarily looking for sells, but this is not really necessarily a flag because the price has just been sloping to the downside. So I'm kind of just watching and seeing what GJ is gonna do. I'm not really interested in it. It just looks really bullish to me, right? Go on to the weekly time frame, extremely bullish. Daily time frame, same thing. Not really crazy over GU or GJ at the moment. 4-hour time frame is calling for a sell, but again, I don't like how it just made a double bottom right here. It could possibly go bullish. I do like though that this is the evening star, so let's see if we can get a better retracement question mark. If we can get some type of retracement like this, kind of like with GA, then I might look to play it. But GA looks kind of better, personally, because this is just in a consolidation place, and it's just been, like I said, this double bottom right here, low-key sus. So I'm not really crazy over GJ. Like I said, GA might be the play for me instead. Euro GBP, on the other hand, this sell played out to perfection. This was clean. Price came back down, but again, if price came over here and it didn't like really break to the downside, then I wouldn't necessarily say that it's considered to be. I wouldn't want to sell it down here, is what I'm trying to say, right? I would rather want to see it push to the upside a little bit. If since it's just rejecting off of this zone, off of this, like, not even zone, off of this, like, supply zone's down here. I mean, demand zone would be down here. This off of this, like, demand area, demand zone. Yeah, I'll call it demand zone. You know what? Why not? So, with this demand here, and I want to see what this weekly candle look like. Let me delete this because it already played out nicely. That was clean. We've all seen it, so nobody needs to have it there any longer. So yeah, with price like this and these candlesticks all bearish, and with the way how they're looking, it looks like the price is just gonna keep falling. So hey, let's see what happens. Price could hold here though. Price could definitely hold here, because it is still holding at the 61.8 zone. But the possibility of price coming down here, let's see where's it at. Not you. Coming down here a little lower. 2 and 3 is a possibility. All right, so is there any other questions? Is there any other questions?
The recording has stopped.
All right. Well, sounds good, guys. Well, thank you for checking out my analysis. And again, guys, I am changing from my regular channel, my A1 Foundation channel. I am now going to the Next Wave channel because Peyton and I, we've been like we've been talking about. We are introducing the Next Wave to everybody, and we are going to be making a video later on today showing you what the inside the Next Wave looks like. We're not done with it quite yet, but we are giving the opportunity that we have in our video that's on the Next Wave channel. So if you guys haven't already, it is in the description below where you can see exactly like what you can do to get a potential discount if you want to get into the next wave. So with that being said, thank you guys for checking out my analysis. I do appreciate it. And, let's make some money this week. Later, y'all.